Hello everyone, welcome to day 4 of JavaScript 30. I have already opened all the codes in my VS Code. So in today's video, we don't have any visual project, but we have some ES6 features. So basically in the starter file, we have two different array. In the first array, we have some objects, and in the second array, we have some string literals. So using these two array, we have to perform some task. Okay, these 8 tasks, and in these 8 tasks, we have to use some advanced feature, which is ES6 features of JavaScript. So using these features like filter, map, sort, and reduce, we have to do these 8 tasks. So it will actually it will actually help us to practice this using these features, also make a clear concept of these features. So let's do it. So for the first task, we have to use the filter function. I have opened the filter function documentation in W3 school. So let's see the function. Actually, it is applied on an array. Okay, so it actually takes a function that is actually required one. So a function to run for each array element. So what is does actually? So filter function actually passes all the array element to these functions, and that is the prototype of current value. Here is the current value. So this is also required. So we have to write at least one parameter inside the function that will be the current value of the array. And what we have to do inside the function, we have to actually compare the current value or do anything, any comparison or any condition checking. Then based on that, we have to return true or false from this function, not the filter function, from this function. And if the output is true, then the element will be included inside an array, and the filter function ultimately return that array. So here is the return value actually an array of element that passes the test. What is the test? The test we actually writing inside the function, this function. Okay, so if it pass, then this function will return true, and if it returns true, then the element will be included inside the array, and the array will be returned after passing every element. Okay, so let's try the first one. So in the first task, it says that filter the list of the inventors for those who were born in 15th century. So we have a bunch of list here. So we have the birth year of each inventor. We have to run our filter function on this inventor array. So let's do it. So I'm actually taking an constant variable inventor list. So I have to apply filter function on the inventors dot filter. Okay, now I have to write a function. Function. Okay, inside the function I have to pass a parameter. That parameter is current value. I'm using the current value, the name is current value. You can use anything. Actually, I have to use inventor, not the current value. So it's inventors and plural, and it's inventor. It will be easier to understand now. So what I have to do, I have to consider something. Let's do it. So we have an inventor object. Inside the inventor object, we have year, right? So if inventor.year is greater than or equal the 15th century, and inventor dot year is less than 16th century, starting of the 16th century, then we should return true. What we should return else return false. Okay, it should work. Now I'm console log the inventor list, not console log, I will write console.table. It will show a better view of the output. Yeah, try this. Okay, let's see the output here. Where is the output? Okay, here is the output. Let's inspect and go to the console. It is not working. It is giving an output, okay, array. It is actually working, but the console table is not working, right? Why it is not working? Let's refresh this. Yes, the table view is here. So the console table, here is the first output, 1564 and 1571. Let's see the data. Okay, this is 1564 and 1571. So okay, so we have a correct output. So let's do something with this function actually. So I'm rewriting this function. Why rewriting this function? Because we have used here a complete function, but I am doing something like an arrow function and using the ternary operator, so it will be easier to understand, and as an ES6 function we should do that. Let's do it. Okay, I'm commenting this, copying this and commenting this, then okay, so I will keep this, but not the function one. Okay, so I have converted the function into an arrow function, so I will copy this part and remove this. Okay, so I don't actually need this because we will write it in a single line. So as a ternary function, and this okay, if it's true then return true or return false. So let's see the output. Okay, here is the output. So we have converted this whole thing into a single line using our arrow function and the ternary operator. So this is basically the function. So this is basically this function, the whole function, and this if and else is basically converted into this single line. So those who don't know about ternary function can explore in W3 schools or just search in Google. Okay, let's go to the second task. This task will use the map. So let's see the documentation for map. So we have here the documentation of map in W3 school. So it is also applied on an array, and inside the map function we will write another function. This is also required, and a function to be run each element, each array element. So what it does actually takes all the elements from this array and passes inside the function. The parameter will be current value, the current value. So every element of this array will be passed to this function using this current value. And what it returns actually, it returns the result of a function of each array element. Okay, this is kind of similar, but it has some difference. Like it is not a filter, it is actually doing some task. So let's try this. So give us an array of inventors first and last name. Okay, it's an array of the inventors first and last name. So inside this we have first and we have last. Okay, we are not comparing anything, rather we are doing some task. So it's not a true false based, it will have a valid return or something meaningful return value. Okay, let's do it. So constant inventor's name. I will run the map function on inventors. It should inventors. Okay, so inside this I am writing a function that will take a current value. I will do it inventor, and inside the inventor, okay, inside the function I have to return what? Return inventor dot first plus. So let's do it in another way. Okay, I'm using a template string. Inside the template string I am taking inventor dot first. Then why I'm doing this? Because of this space. Other way we have to concatenate string. That's a bad way right now. So inventor dot, I think last. Okay, inventor dot last. So it should work, right? Let's see, where is the output? It is not working. Why it is not working? Oh, I haven't show the output. Console dot table. So inventor list, not inventor list, inventor's name. So inventor's name. So here is the output. It's a table which is giving the value Albert Einstein. So basically it returns an array with this. That's a good one. This is index and this is the value. So what I have done is I have write a function. So I have written a function and make an return value, but I have to do it with an arrow function. Let's do it. Make it an arrow function. I can write it inside a single line, so I don't need this. Cancel this. Right, it should work now. Yes, it is working, right? Let's do it. So it's actually working. So let's go to the third one. For the task 3 we have to use the sort function. Let's see the documentation for sort. So yes, here. So sort function can be applied on anything, but we are applying this on array. So inside the sort function we are also using a function that actually takes 2 parameter and compare those 2 parameter based on the we have to return something. If it returns the positive value, then first one will be bigger. If it returns the negative value, the second one will be bigger, and if it returns 0, then both are equal. Okay, this will be the condition. So let's do it. So what it says is sort the inventors by birth date, oldest to youngest. Okay, that means okay, oldest to youngest. So at first we have to apply sort on these inventors. I'm taking a variable constant sorted data equal to inventors dot sort inventors dot sort sorry function a dot b, and inside this we have to compare a and b. So let's do it. So if a dot year is greater than b dot year, return -1. We can do a better one. So actually return like this: a dot year minus b dot year. What it does actually, let's see. Sorted data, sorted data. It actually sorted the data, but I did a console log. I should do a console.table, so it will be a better representation. So yes, it is sorted based on the year, like 1473, and the last one is 1898. Okay, so it's said to make the oldest to youngest. Okay, oldest to youngest. So let's do it with an arrow function as usual. I'm copying this and replace it with arrow function. So I don't need this function keyword here, and I have to return a dot year minus b dot year. Okay, sorry, typing mistake. And I have to remove all this. Okay, so by removing all this we have a single line. Okay, here is the single line, and with this single line I have the output. Okay, here is the output. So let's do the fourth task. For task 4 we have to use the reduce function. So reduce function is also applied on array. So here is the reduce function documentation. Basically, reduce function takes a function. Inside the function we have to pass a total and a current value. So the total is actually an initial value or the previously returned value from the function. Okay, and the current value is the required value. Okay, the current element. So there is an initial value which is optional, but a value passed to the function for the initial value of the total basically. Okay, the accumulated result from the last callback function. Okay, the return, so it returns actually a value, not any array. Let's try this. So I'm trying this. Let's write a constant, so we will get a value. So total year equal to, so inventors, so we will write reduce. So reduce, inside reduce we will write a function. That function will take two things, total and inventor. So it actually take a initial value of 0, because unless we give it 0 the total will be undefined. So we have to define total, and inside this we have to pass total plus equal to inventor dot okay, passed minus inventor dot year. So this inventor dot passed actually the death year of the inventor, and inventor dot year actually the birth year of the inventor mentioned here in this data. So let's check this. So it is actually a single value. let's console log this. Okay, I'm writing this, sorry, task 4 to make it more meaningful. Total year. So let's see the output. The output is undefined. Why it is undefined? I think we should return the total. It will work then. Yes, the task 4, it is actually working. So is there any chance of making it an arrow function? I think yes. Let's try this. Okay, let's copy this and commenting this. Okay, okay, remove the function 1, inside the function make it arrow. What we have to return the total value. Let's copy it and cut all the value from here. So okay, and let's get a comma. So is it working? Yeah, it is working. So we have a complete function and we have an arrow function. So this is the task 4 output. So the next one, sort the inventors by years lived. So we have to use the sort function. So in this we actually did a arrow function and just compared the year, but in task 5 we have to calculate how many years they have lived and then we have to compare it. Let's do it. Constant, I'm giving it a name of lived equal to inventors dot sort. Okay, inside the sort function I'm writing another function, so A and B. So at first I am calculating the life of the inventor, previous inventor or a inventor. So A lived equal to A dot first minus A dot year. Okay, similarly B lived equal to B dot first minus B dot year. Okay, now I have to compare this. So return so the inventors lived. Okay, basically there is no condition ascending or descending or youngest or older, so I can do it like lived minus b lived. Okay, let's console dot table lived. What is the output? So I should actually write things. Okay, is it the correct one? How can I compare 1915 to, sorry, 1815 to 1852 and 1878 to 1968. Okay, this is basically 90 years and this is basically the smallest one. Okay, so it is sorted upon a smallest to biggest. Okay, smallest to largest value. So now the challenge is making it a arrow function. So let's copy the whole thing and then comment it. So commenting it and remove the function keyword. So what I have to calculate these two, but instead of these two I am taking this. Okay, what I have to do is minus this, minus this, and remove all these things. So it's not required, but I am writing another bracket for the simplicity. Let's check it. Okay, here is the output. We have done it with a single arrow function instead of a long function or bigger function. So let's see the task 6, but in task 6 we have to visit a website and list something from this. So I'm skipping the task 6, I will do it later. Let's do the task 7. So what it says actually, sort the people alphabetically by last name. People means actually the people array we have here. Okay, so we have to sort this name using the last name. Okay, the last name, but the problem is we don't have any first or last name mentioned here. We just have some string literals. So for this we have to actually write a function that will split these two into first name and last name. Then we have to apply sort function on it. So for this I'm at first doing a map function actually that will take this and return us array that will have first name and a last name. Okay, let's do it. So I'm actually writing a variable called name. Then inside the name I will call people, then map. Sorry. So inside map we will write a function. I'm writing directly the arrow function. So single, okay, not the single, I am current value. So if I pass the current value I have to return something. So okay, let's do it. Split, let's console log current value. Let's see the output. Okay, here is the current value. So this is the current value. I have to split current value dot split based on what? Based on, there is a comma and there is a space. So based on a comma and space, let's try it. So okay, now it is actually giving us an array that has the first element, that has the second element. The first element is our first name and second element is our last name. So I just have to return. Okay, let's copy it, current value. Okay, I'm just copying these and return this, right? Sorry. Okay, let's see the output. Console.table. Okay, I have done a mistake. Console. Okay, console table name. Let's see the output. Okay, this is first name, this is last name. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to run sort function and compare this one. So I can actually write a separate variable, but I want to run it inside this. Okay, let's run dot sort and I'm writing here a function. I am writing directly an arrow function that is a and b parameter. And so sort function is basically, I can actually write an arrow function in one line, but I'm doing it multiple line. So if, okay, a dot second, sorry, a dot 1 is greater than a b of 1, then I have to return 1, else return, sorry, return -1. Let's see the output. Yes, the output is here. So it is actually sorted based on the last name. Okay, now I am going to the, okay, sorry, I wrote it inside the 6, it should be here. Now the task 8 here, reduce exercise, the sum of the instance of each of these. Okay, we have to use reduce function here. We have array called data. Inside the data we have some elements. Some elements are duplicate, car, truck. So what we have to do is use the reduce function. Inside the reduce function we actually calculate how many cars, how many trucks here. So what we will do is we will consider an object for summing up all the instance, and in the constants we sorry, in the object we will uh, calculate how many cars and trucks. Okay, let's do it. So for this we have two constant. I'm writing this output as the variable name, so data dot reduce, right? So inside reduce we have to pass an object and the current value. So what I have to do is, if so if not obj, okay, let's see something, console log, let's print the current value first, and obj of current value what it returns. Okay, undefined, cannot read the property undefined. Okay, so it says there is no property called truck, it's undefined. Then I can use actually not here, if not obj of current value, right? Can I write this? If it is, then console log, just okay, car, but I didn't, undefined, cannot reading truck. Okay, I think I'm doing the same way again. So it's not obj equal to current value, then obj of current value equal to 0. Then what I have to do is increase the current value, obj of current value plus plus. Okay, what is the output here? So return the object. Let's see the output, console.table here, output. Let's see the output. Where is the output? This is not the output. Is this the output? No, this is not the output. I think it should be console log. Only car is there, so it is not actually working. Let's see where is the problem. Let's visit the website. So we have the Wikipedia page basically. So what it says, create a list of bold words in parts that contains de. Okay, de, that contains de bold words. Okay, anywhere in the name. Okay, anywhere in the name. So basically we have to take all these lines and find out the de. Let's console log it. I'm console logging it. Okay, so title here. So we actually have a class that is mw category group. Inside mw category group div we have ul. Inside ul we have li. Okay, let's copy this class and try to do something with this. Documents, get element. Sorry, I'm using query selector. Query selector all. This is a class. I'm trying to take all the li. Right, let's take all the li. This li has a name, right? Base url, inner text. Yes, this li has the inner text. So let's actually write it inner text. Actually it is a node list and I have to write a loop to get this. Okay, write a for each loop. Sorry, for each. Inside the for each we have to get all the li and we have to console log li dot inner text, right? So as you can see we have all the text here. Last one is undefined. So now what we have to do is we have to filter all those that actually include de, right? So it is not working. So we cannot actually write include. We have to make some. We have to take this text inside an array, right? So okay, how can we do this? Let's copy this. List list. Okay, list equal to array. We can use array from, right? Array dot array dot from. Let's reload this. Array dot from. Now can we write this? Let's write the list. Okay, it is not actually working. It is not actually defined, saying that it is saying undefined is not a iterable. Okay, it is not an iterable one. What can we do? Okay, let's actually paste it here for the simplicity. So what we actually get here, we actually get all the names. We're actually console log everything. So better if we can actually push inside an array. So let's declare an array constant all names equal to. So we're making an empty array, and other than we will push. Okay, push, right? Let's see the output. Oh, sorry. Yes, we have all the 39 names here. Now we can write a function. So I'm doing a filter, right? So all names dot filter. Inside this I'm actually passing name, then if actually it includes some the de, then name dot include, right? Include de. Okay, let's see is it working or not. Okay, include is not a function. Okay, let's search something. String include javascript. Oh, it's actually includes. So we have done a typing mistake basically. Syntax all names has already been declared. Oh, sorry, what was the includes? So now we have all the names like that have de, des, de here. So our task was create a list of the. Okay, now let's print it with a console.table dot table all names. Okay, Now let's try the whole code here. Let's refresh, and yeah, so is it actually giving the correct output? I think no, because we haven't taken these inside a variable. So let's take this inside a variable. Filtered output, sorry, constant filter output, right? And let's print this filtered output here. Yes, now there is 12 one, and all the names are including DE. Yes, now it is not working. So that was it for today. It was a long video, but actually we have explored a lot of ES6 features of JavaScript. So I think it will be helpful for others also, but it is actually helpful for me to understand these functions like filter, maps, sort, and reduce correctly. And it was a fun that I actually explored the documentations from W3 schools. So it was actually useful for me. Thank you. All the course will be in my GitHub profile. You can check that from my GitHub profile. So that's it for today. Thank you. And if you like the series, please subscribe to my channel. I will come up with new videos every day. And after these 30 days, I will for sure upload some JavaScript based videos, maybe some projects. Maybe I will try to make some fun with JavaScript project, and some videos will be even bigger. So thank you all. Do subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you.